EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for December 6, 2018. For your Thursday, we're going to have a cold front on approach today, and this is going to be a reinforcing front that's going to get the colder air not only continuing, but actually a little bit even colder than what we've been dealing with over yesterday and today. Highs today will be in the upper 30s. We'll go back down to the lower 30s for highs, it looks like, as we get into Friday and Saturday. So a reinforcing shot of cold air coming through, but there could be a few snow showers for the interior locations, or actually areas along and north of I-78. There could be some snow showers with this. The global models are not really showing too much. You see as it moves eastward, it kind of falls apart, and it will fall apart. We're not expecting it not to, but here is a look at the NAM high-res future simulated radar starting us off at 4 p.m. on Thursday. And you can see areas west of State College are getting into some snow showers in association with that front. And as we move forward with time, you can see that moves eastward. And here is dinner time, 6 p.m. Got some snow showers across the Poconos, all the way back to Selinsgrove, Williamsport, and a few making it over farther east to maybe the Lehigh Valley, northern New Jersey. And as we go through time, you can see that moving in here. Now, this is showing green. Here's the color that usually indicates rain. I can tell you it's not rain if the temperature is 32 or below, and it's also very cold in the upper levels, so this is falling in the form of snow. Just some light snow showers, though, so not expecting little if any accumulations are expected from this today. But this is generally a kind of like a 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. deal today, something like that. Maybe an hour earlier or later on either side, but I don't expect this to be a big deal either way. And then it goes into northern New Jersey, across Sussex, Warren, Morris, maybe just the northern parts of New Jersey expected to have those snow showers in addition to the Poconos. Maybe the Lehigh Valley gets into it too. So again, if you see snowflakes flying today, not a big deal, but that's an association with this frontal boundary. Then, once this moves through, we are partly to mostly sunny here on Friday. And mostly sunny on Saturday ahead of this next system coming in from the southwest. Now, for days we've been going back and forth with this and trying to figure out what it's going to do and the track, and the consensus has been that it's going to stay south of the region. And this is our long-awaited storm signal that we had outlined for about 3 weeks now. Well, there's definitely a storm there, just a matter of whether it gets to our region or not. And the models are still saying that it stays south of the region. I don't want to exactly throw in the towel with this just yet, because there's a reason this is staying south, and I touched on this a little bit in yesterday's video, but this is looking at Sunday morning, and it's everything south of the region, and you have snow across North Carolina, Virginia, parts of West Virginia, Kentucky, eastern Tennessee. The mountainous regions here will get a pretty good snowfall. We don't doubt that. One of the reasons why we are a little skeptical is because we have this system up here in southeastern Canada. This is actually bringing in, this is a clipper system, and it's bringing in some confluence. This is these lines that are very close together. Fast northwesterly flow around this low pressure. This is all northwesterly flow all the way back here like this. So this is kind of like a roadblock. All right, our storm at this point on Sunday afternoon is right about here. Okay, it's going to attempt to come up the coast a little bit, but then it runs into that roadblock and is forced out this way. Okay, so it can only get up so far. And it's not so much the low pressure track itself, it's really the precipitation shield with it. Usually, if with a storm that close, even so, would usually put, snow all the way up into our area. But the roadblock acts to dry out the air as well. So you have a lot of sinking air and dry air, and it'll be fighting through that. So you might even see, I bet you're going to run into a situation, if this does miss to the south, you're going to run into a situation here on Sunday. People are going to look at the radar going, oh, wow, look, this snow's so close on the radar. It looks like it's snowing over my house, but it's not doing anything. Well, that's probably what's going to end up happening in some places. And, you're going to see a lot of virga. So, because it's running into this confluence. Now, if this is not modeled correctly, let's just say this right here, this is our area of low pressure in southeastern Canada that's providing this roadblock in the confluence. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it's up here instead. It's up a little bit. Not much. Doesn't have to move much. This is off to the northeast, or a little bit faster by a couple hours, and off to the northeast by maybe only 100 miles. That changes the ballgame, folks, and brings this up a little bit farther to the north, and we can get into some accumulating snow. And then you have a solution that could be something like this. Now, this is the Canadian. I know it's goofy, and Canadian is a secondary model. We don't usually trust it for these types of systems, but if it's onto something. Some of the ensemble members are of the GFS and the European model are suggesting, only a few, but they are suggesting a similar solution where it can bring snow all the way up to here, about I-78 or so. Now, not the call. The call is that we stay south of the region with this system, and that has been the call all week, and we're going to maintain that call because we don't really see an indication of anything happening. Now, once we get into tomorrow's video, I think we'll have a lot more clearer of an idea, because the energy responsible for this system right here will be coming on shore, where the models can adequately sample and take actual observations instead of guessing, which is what it's doing right now. But it has the observations and can sample the system at different levels of the atmosphere. We'll know what we're working with, and then it can extrapolate downstream like the models do when they predict the future, basically. It might have, once you have actual observations going into any system, that's a lot of times while I'll do those weather balloons, and if you go into a hurricane, they drop those dropsondes in there to get actual factual data so they can integrate these into the models and figure out where it's going to go. That helps tremendously. That's why they run those missions. So this is the same idea. This is taken from the data points are collected from not only surface observations, but things like ships, buoys, also aircraft flying in the vicinity. It takes all these observations of a billion different things, and then integrates all this data into the models, and then they are able to better extrapolate the future. So if there isn't any changes by tomorrow's video, I don't think there will be. And right now, 70% chance at this stage to the south, might even be a little bit higher than that. Keep it at 70 for now. 30% chance it comes a little bit further north, and at the very least affects our south and eastern areas. So we'll keep a close eye into that. If you're living up here in Wilkes-Barre, back to State College, I wouldn't hold my breath. If you're living along I-78, very slim chance there it gets up that high. But I wouldn't bank on it. If you get down here by I-95, a little bit better of a chance, but eh. And then down here in South Jersey, Delaware, we'll keep a close eye for some fringe impacts, perhaps, as this goes by. Again, this is Sunday, and it takes off to the east, and it's out of the picture. And then we get into next week. We are partly to mostly sunny on Monday. We are mostly sunny on Tuesday, and again on Wednesday. So we do have the dry weather continuing. If this thing misses, we get a nice extended dry period continuing, which is a much-needed break after all the tremendous amounts of rainfall we had, not only in the month of November, but the autumn of 2018, actually going back to the middle of July. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for December 6, 2018. Have a great Thursday.